What's up YouTube, COD4Man221 here, and welcome back to another Company of Heroes 2 online commentary. We're doing Red Ball Express, and this is Season 4. Now, this is one of the newer maps that actually got added on a patch that was recent. They're kind of rotating community maps around, so that's kind of cool. We do like the, obviously, I think a lot of people like this map back in COH 1. No, I'm probably not the only person. Basically, just made it COH 2. It's basically completely from the original. And I do remember this cafe here. This is definitely pretty good to put a machine gun in. And you can see where we're playing this Wehrmacht. You have Lipton, Nick, and me. And then we have Crazy Coke 1994, who is a subscriber. So you can see Nick is OKW, Lipton and me are Wehrmacht, and Crazy Coke is the OKW. And I'm going up against, I don't know what that means, that symbols. But I'm going up against that guy on this side. So basically, you can see Nick's Storm Pioneers forging ahead here, and you can see Crazy Coke is going to be on this side. So I'm moving up. I have actually a machine gun. One of the things I like is you can get a little bit faster start. You can basically grab a machine gun right away. Through your headquarters here, and then you can grab a Grenadier squad so you can both come out together. So that's my goal. I'm going to basically try to secure this side here and hold our fuel. And you can see on this side, there's actually a lot of those guys. In fact, we don't have. I wonder if they didn't change the replay thing. So you can see there are two players here. I thought they were different colors usually. Just 1 second here. There we go. Okay, so we can see that there's different players over here. Since he is getting doubled. Now, I would not recommend pushing these guys this far forward, not in cover. A lot of rifles that are shooting back at those guys, and see, almost got that squad wiped out. But thankfully, Lipton is over here, going to help him out with an MG42. Nothing's happening on my side. I basically just secured the building right here, and I'm just going to help him push back those guys. Anyway, Nick is in the center here, and is going to start locking down some points. I'm taking the fuel on this side. And my British opponent is very passive at first, but he will get a lot of emplacements. We're going to see a lot of British emplacements. And there's two players still on this side. Bazooka Joe. Anyway, they're shooting rifle grenades now. They only get those if you're a rear echelon soldier in a fighting position. There's actually like a little... See, there's a little box in there with rifle grenades. So he's being pushed back, and unfortunately for Crazy Coke, he went with the regiment headquarters instead of the battle group headquarters, so he can't actually reinforce and heal off of that. For how far forward this was, it should have probably been a... Oh, there's a glider here. It probably should have been a battle group headquarters to reinforce his troops off. Anyway, yeah, all is quiet on the western front over here, literally. Nothing is actually happening. Nick's building some sandbags. That's what German soldiers like to do when they're bored. Construct sandbags. You can see he's constructing even more of them. Now you gotta remember, look at the buildings. You can see there's no window facing where he wants those guys to be. The windows are on the side of the building here, so he's gotta be a little careful of that. And you know, you have the same thing on this house right here, which I'll hop into later. You can see they're laying mines and other things. You can see they're tripling the fuel, and now the Soviets have sniper support. This is pretty bad. They need somewhere to possibly reinforce. You can see Lipton is going to build some kind of reinforcement bunker, it looks like. Or maybe it's an actual bunker for, you know, a machine gun. You can see my opponent here has just built the quick firing, thanks to you guys letting me know that, 40mm emplacement. And then you guys also did a great job telling me what the AT gun the British carry. It's the same one actually as the sniper the British carry, the anti-tank sniper. Anyway, that's a great target for the Soviet snipers, these expensive German units. And keep in mind, with these guys, you can't always put away the minesweeper if you need to get back. Anyway, this is going to be a machine gun bunker. Lipton is doubling down on that. Now you can see Crazy Coke has some more forces over here. Once again, nothing really happening on this side. I hopped some of my own troops in this house here. I didn't realize there's only one window. But I basically just helped my guys to see what was on the other side of that building. See the British starting to push up. And he's actually using this ability, which I don't really see people use. It's a suppression barrage. So basically just going to shoot up to suppress units. And it's not fun when you're on the receiving end of this guy. And you can see he's going to now build a mortar emplacement here. So he really doesn't have a lot. I don't even think he has upgraded to platoon command. But all he's really built, I mean, he's putting all his manpower into this, and he does have 2 or 3 regiments here. And they're going to start pushing in against Nick here. Meanwhile, you can see what I'm doing. Clearly the pro players do this. They put barbed wire in front of enemy cover. So if you're basically given no opposition, you can always put razor wire in front of where they take cover usually. That's a good tactic. And I've also put wire here to force the British down this area here, right in front of my machine gun. So I do my Grenadiers in cover here also, so he's not going to like that. He's going to want to fall back. And I'm going to grab my own Pioneer squads and get them out of this position. I also have a machine gun bunker right here, right on the middle of the victory point. And you can see the British mortars are starting to do a little bit of damage against me. Anyway, I went and cut off their fuel, and I'm almost wiped out this squad here. And he should have died there. Like, he was so low on health. Anyway, I gotta get the hell out of here. I'm gonna get killed. You can see our opponent is deploying Soviet partisans. Apparently these guys are really overpowered right now because they're PPSHs. I was happy. In this match, no partisans hop out of the houses on my side of the map here. And I have this one occupied by a machine gun anyway, so I really kind of locked down this area. I'm also getting a mortar to help provide some fire support, maybe try to counter the British mortar. But in order to really counter this fire position here, I really need a mortar half-track. Those are quite deadly, especially the incendiary against positions like that. And you can see they're just, look what these snipers are shooting at this. It's like Stalingrad over here with the amount of casualties the Wehrmacht is taking. And he does have the half-track out, but these guys are anti-tank. They do have Panzer Shrek, some of these partisans, and he's forced to fall back with those guys. But he's in front of a 50 cal, so you just have to be careful on that. And you can see more machine guns in the middle are able to really secure that. So we're basically controlling this map here, but this is a really big annoyance, this kind of forward base the British built, and it's going to be doing a lot of damage. I am targeting the 40 quick-firing 40mm emplacement, mainly so I can, if I destroy that, I can actually maybe rush and good luck and destroy that. But you can see the combination of the suppression and the mortar is just going to force me back. So I did a little bit of damage to this guy, but he can just easily replace that. Yeah, he can basically repair it. And on the eastern front over here, the snipers are having their way with these guys. And this is very hard for the OKW to actually counter early on because they have a Kubelwagen. Maybe you can catch them off. Maybe you can catch them off guard or something, but okay, so this base does repair their vehicles, so that is kind of a good thing. Anyway, they're getting bombarded like hell over here, these mortar emplacements. And we have the first of many of the American, I almost called it a T-70, the Stuart. And we're building fuel caches along the back lines here, just trying to increase our fuel output as high as possible. And you can see I'm getting a support corps. I have skipped the Leichte Mechanized Company. Leichte Mechanized Company. I have skipped that. So basically this will put me ahead on getting a tank, but it will also put me a little behind because okay, it's going to put me ahead in putting on a tank, but also this is vulnerable to not having any anti-tank or any more elite infantry.
We are ready for action.
So I'm kind of getting ready. I'm like sneaking around in the bushes over here. We have our camo, MG42. I'm going to try to get behind these guys' lines here and maybe cut off some resources. And you can see the blob is moving up. It could be considered not a blob. It could be just considered an attack here. Look at that, almost wiped out Nick. Get back. Throwing a grenade. Oh, he's throwing incendiary grenades. Nice. So we're getting pounded over here, and I'm playing a little passively over here. I really should have been supporting my teammates a little better, but I am my mortar setting up here, and I am just being that annoying player that harasses. And on this side, it's kind of a war of attrition. He should be using. He has the flat cap. Okay, he has to be careful because there's a captain here, but he probably can't see that. And I start to do a little bit of damage, but it's always dangerous when you have to run through the enemy. So I could have waited a little bit longer, but I just need to get the hell out of here. So they took that. I didn't really cut off anything, and there. Part of the reason I'm being passive is I can't really advance. If I advance, I'm gonna run into this guy. And they also blew the hell out of. They destroyed my own bunker here. And at this point, the orange player's been replaced by an AI, so that would be the other British player. I'm fighting against this guy, so I'm gonna keep showing this battle here. But it's kind of annoying when someone leaves, especially when you're having a. It's a pretty even fight here. I mean, we have the center kind of locked down, but pretty vulnerable on this side. Anyway, we lost the half track, it looks like. Yep, the half track got destroyed. But Lipton's machine gun did a lot of damage to this Stewart here, so he's got to be careful. He's going to get a little further back, obviously, though, to be safe. And now you can see the British soldiers are advancing with their Brens. The Czechoslovakian-made Bren. That was his country of origin. Really not a... I don't think it was that great a gun. Because if you look at the... you can even see it. So you can see on the... that's on the camera. Do you see how that clip right there? It's like an AK clip, right? But I think I talked about this before. It's on the top of the gun, so if you're trying to reload, it's kind of awkward. Because it's in your face. And also, if you don't get that exactly right on the top there, your gun can jam. And you won't be able to fire. So you need to be very careful. Anyway, he got pinned there. There's just a lot of troops over here. I'm a little nervous about attacking him. Really saving up my time. Nick does have a support gun, which is probably a good counter to these guys over here. You can always hold down if you need so. And they have a smoke barrage. So I'm grabbing a Panzer IV. I'm going to use that to basically take out this guy over here. You can see he's establishing a forward retreat point here. Now, I've got to point out, this does give him the forward assembly point, which gives him the garrison most out of squad garrisoned. So they can fire faster. This is actually very smart, the way he's doing this. Because you can actually put a unit in each one of these emplacements here. So they're annoying, because they're firing a lot at us, but they're also firing very quickly. You can see that was the computer, they just moved up and got their butt kicked. And you can see Nick is trying to get back with this infantry support gun. Those mortars just come raining down. Anyway, the first of a couple Panzer IVs is out. We do have a nice white camo. Looks a little wintry for this map, to be honest. Anyway, my assault is going to commence here. I'm going to move forward and try to throw some of these assault grenades on these guys. I'm losing my squad, but I will lose them if I don't retreat right now. So I managed to retreat. My Panzer IV is going to be activated currently. He is on free fire though. I see a Stewart. It's priority target 1. They're actually just isolating my grenadiers because of the... And also an AT moving up. So this assault has failed, unfortunately. Mainly due to the support fire, and they had ATs, and for some reason Bazooka Joe's tanks are over here. And I have to be careful because there is an AT here. And my mortar's doing some damage, but they're winning this attrition war right now. I can't retreat all the way back to my base. And at this point, he brings in his Stewarts, Bazooka Joe, and I guess he scouted for those guys, but I want to pursue right here. I gotta be careful though because of the AT. Anyway, at this point, my tank's glitching out because of the AT here. And I'm getting hit in the rear, so I have to fall back. I'm going to almost lose my tank here. And it seems like rifle grenades just are not very good against the AT. And I lost those guys there to the mortar, but my That last shot in the rear armor damaged my tank's engine, so thankfully I have some guys along here, but I'm kind of getting my butt kicked by these mortars here. 11 kills, 12, 17 kills on that one. And this is the computer's troops. Here's all the Piats. And they just killed my MG here. Now he is shooting at the rear armor of my tank with that anti-tank sniper, so I do have to be a little careful about that. You can see he literally hit that guy and cut him in half. That is like a really big round there. Anyway, Lipton sent some troops over here, wiped out the sniper, which is great for me. Anyway, on this side, they're just fighting against the partisans, really, and they're kind of being pushed back. The enemy has a lot of artillery also. Our opponents are very into artillery. And we're starting to lose this area here. I do have my machine gun, though, and I have a lot of heavy weapon crews laying around. A lot of heavy weapons laying around, not weapon crews. And these guys have the Piat, which is a very annoying anti-tank gun, anti-tank weapon the British can be armed with. Oh, the computer's going to try to man my mortar right here. But thankfully my allies just kind of came in here and started trying to push these guys back. This is our only fuel. And at this point, though, we have a lot of tanks over here. We have an armored, well, we have 2 Stuarts, a Cromwell, and an armored car. That's a lot of firepower. However, I do have my own Panzer, 2nd Panzer IV out. Panzer Wehr. And they're pushing up, and I have these guys kind of screening. I was gonna try to Panzerfaust that guy. We're in a little bit of trouble here. Nick does have AT though, and he's almost lost his squad. Just be very careful. But I'm not gonna run into this stuff unless I have numbers. I'm actually trying to steal Nick's AT gun here. And I'm actually shooting at him with my damaged tank, which is probably not going to show where I am. Anyway, when this armored car starts shooting at me, I've had enough. So I gotta deal with this armored car, then I gotta swing around and help the take out this guy. So you can see the Cromwell's gonna actually pull back from the Panzer IV. I'm gonna run over the trees. I do have 2 Panzer IVs here after all. That's unfortunate that shell bounced off there. And at this point I decided to pull back, but this guy's still up here. And we're going to start making sure this guy's engine is good. Nick does have a Stuka Sufus, so this main target is going to be right here. Anyway, he thinks he's going to get away, but he's not. And Bazooka Joe keeps shooting at my tank. Anyway, that guy's out of control. Stuka Sufus out. And that main gun's been destroyed, and there we go. So because he braced, that literally did nothing. And there are engineers around that are repairing everything for us. So, that's kind of annoying. And you can see Vet 2 with the Lipton Stew there. Anyway, I gotta pull back here. My tank is very damaged, and there is more Cromwell. It's the Cromwell that got repaired. Anyway, I lost some troops here. I lost my squad, the, what do you call it? That's some kind of cannon or something that's shooting down at us. Lost my assault grenade squad. Anyway, Orange is making a push over here into Nick's territory. Nick is really has nothing to hold him off over here. He's losing squads. He's getting bombarded like hell from these British things. So he's got to be careful. This side's not looking good either. He's lost one of his headquarters. This one's almost dead. Parts are just popping out with AT from that house and just going to blow up his headquarters. So both our guys are going to lose their Panzer headquarters, which is really, really not good. And Nick is not producing anything. Let's go on and Nick and see his resources. He does have enough to get a Panzer IV, but I guess he's going to try to save for the Panther. But he might not have this Panzer headquarters for very much longer. He might just want to grab off the Panzer IV. Anyway, I have my tanks here. We're all repaired. I'm going to go try to leave some pressure on Nick here, because he really needs this help over here. Even just pushing in, trying to destroy one of these emplacements should divert the enemy forces. And I also have this ready, the lighter to the barrage. This thing sucks. I would not use it. It's not worth the munitions. Anyways, definitely shooting faster. trying to see if I want to kill the emplacement or the mortars. Anyway, artillery is going down. He's actually doing some real damage to my tank here. Sign emplacement's gone. That one actually cost stuff. I'm actually going to try to wipe out this infantry that's right here. And you got to be careful when you're bunch leveling this against Panzer forces. You can see we're getting a lot of kills on them. They do have AT also, so that's a reason to shoot at them. Vet 3 squad wiped out. Anyway, he has braced his guys here, so I got to be a little careful. I'm going to decide to pull back with my more damaged tank here and move up with this one. And this could be a possible turning point by killing this guy's army here. Anyway, heavy artillery's going down. Nick has lost both his headquarters over here. He's in dire straits here, but I have managed to destroy one of the British emplacements. Now, I could have moved out, but look, there's another tank coming there through the fog of war that I couldn't see. Anyway, Nick is going to try to destroy these guys. He did not see that one, though. That would have been really good if we'd fired that before I attacked. Anyway, I'm just all about armor preservation right now. I need to keep my guys alive. I've also put in a reinforcement bunker right here. I call it a reinforcement bunker. A command post, technically. So I do have that all set, and then this guy pops out here, and I was like, Nick, watch out for your guy. And thankfully, he missed there. I gotta pull out my Panzer IV that's less damaged to challenge him here. Try to push him back. I just wanted to give Nick time to get his Stuka-Sufus back. And now I'm Vet 2, so I really have to pull back with this guy. And you know, it's great. It's like tagging one tank in. This guy can now move up who's mostly repaired. And yeah, tag one in, tag one out. And now my guys are both Vet 2 here. I found that rifle grenades don't work as well against British infantry, but when you also get your squad almost wiped out like that. So now I have my two Vet 2 Panzer IVs. So we've also lost all the headquarters over here, but Lipton's overpowered Stug. I hate these things. I really hate the Stug. I think the Stug's, for its price range, is way too effective. And I do have a captain over here that's shooting at me. But he's suppressed by, I don't know what it is, something. Oh, look at this Vet 3. 13 kills. Something grabbed a Tiger, so should definitely help us out. I definitely know the Cromwell does not want to face off against the Tiger. He will downright lose that. And I'm going to bring this guy over here so Nick's guys can help repair him. I am going to turn my tank, though, in case there's any kind of armor that comes out. I want him to maybe have a chance to bounce off our armor here. I don't want to have them get any free rear shots. This is bad because we don't have any fuel right now, but we have enough fuel caches. But another Panzer Wehr is out. And fear means 4 in German, in case you're wondering. Like, I'm not saying fear like you're afraid of something. And we need to smash this guy over here. He built this again. And he now has a Churchill. So this is this guy's position is pretty well dug, and you can see these mortars have plenty of kills, 34 and 18. Totally worth it for what he paid for them. Anyway, I have my Panzer IV. I haven't made this many Panzer IVs in a long time. I'm going to try to repair Nick's, actually I'm going to hold back a little bit. He's going to go get it repaired himself. Actually, he's going to stop. Now, I have a lot of tanks right here, and I want to kind of use my numbers here, and we're just bouncing off the side of the not the Cromwell, bouncing off the side of the Churchill here. And that's pretty bad, but I do have 3 of these guys, and look at this. This AT here is not dying. There's one guy left here. This infantry just got completely wiped out by my Panzer IV, getting rear shotted by this guy here. So he's now gone, and then we have the Cromwell moving up. So I'm trying to preserve my armor here. And the Tiger breaks through the bushes and is going to force the Churchill back. So that guy has been abandoned. I would love to man that, but yeah, our anti-tank strafing moved in. Anyway, Nick launched a barrage here. So we'll see if we can break this guy. I have all my tanks moving up. They actually kind of got stuck. Anyway, I'm going to try to destroy these darn mortars. 21 kills, 23 kills on this mortar right here. I'm going to pull this guy out. They put his main gun destroyed, not his engine. Anyway, he's destroyed there. Look at all these infantry. He has a bunch of engineers with the anti-tanks, so he's just using that. Anyway, more barrages are going down. He's going to brace. And my tanks are literally inside of each other right here. It's a glitch. But I gotta pull back. I gotta be careful here. I don't want to lose any of my veteran tanks here. And Fallschirmjägers go down here. And I know you're a Churchill, but that is a Tiger. So I'm gonna start capturing our fuel back. Victory point's almost not as important. I'm gonna repair all my tanks here. Anyway, Lipton is gonna completely destroy these guys. 34 kills that in place in there. So for the 400 manpower you paid to build that, it was definitely worth it. He's gonna destroy the quick firing 40mm first. Now on this side, the snipers are just. This is really kind of an artillery duel, and we've been steadily pushed back. He's trying to keep this thing alive here. And he actually is going to get almost both the snipers. Great toss by Crazy Coke over there. Anyway, that Lipton completely destroyed that position there, which is great. Anyway, that is the AI right there with the Centaurs pushing too far into our lines. I'm still repairing my Panzer force here. I got 4 of them now. It's like a little, ready to do a little blitzkrieg over here. Anyway, in case you weren't annoyed by the mortars, the computer also has some mortars. And Nick rebuilt his headquarters just a little bit further back this time. So you can see they're still over here. They're holding that victory point, and they have the artillery. Vet 3 though for this guy. He is producing a Stukasufus. Could be effective. You could probably hit, you know, if you go in a straight line, you could probably hit some of those guys. Wouldn't it be cool if these guys actually repaired their own building? That would make sense. Anyway, you can see the Panzer formation on the hill here, getting ready to take down the enemies. The Third Reich. Mainly the Brits here, with their Vickers. So at this point, he's repairing his Churchill, which is taking a long time. This guy has a lot of hit points. Katyusha's coming out. They're bringing a lot of Wolverines, Bazooka Joe. And that guy was Vet 2, so he quit very early. Anyway, they're probing this side, looking for weakness here. So Lipton's going to have to move back over to my side. I mean, away from my side. With the amount of armor I have, I can basically hold. I also have 3 squads repairing my troops, my tanks over here. I don't know why he's moving this AT up so far here. Maybe, I guess he wants it to get killed. Maybe it's too much pop. I mean, I would do that. And you can see the partisans, a bunch of Soviets are running up here. These guys, I see the AT here. That's going to be a little frustrating. Anyway, my tank's going to start moving up here in our Panzer formation. So I'm going to launch a rifle grenade here because I know... Got that guy on fire, actually. I know that they're going to have... Look at that artillery coming down. I know they're going to have some kind of AT here, so I got to be a little cautious. I'm actually going to beeline and go right for these emplacements here. Just have my grenadiers kind of screen here. And my Panzer IVs... I've always argued the Panzer IV is better than the Auswin at killing infantry. I love the Panzer IVs compared to the Auswin because this thing kills infantry and tanks. Anyway, I lost my grenadiers over here. I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying to make sure I don't get flanked. And we have heavy British artillery coming down over here. Thankfully, my own allies kind of pushed up here. I should have swept around here, but there's a lot of AT hitting me too over here, and we have a Churchill coming up. So I kind of pause right here, and then these guys need to move on up. And yeah, so you can see that AT stuff is doing a lot of damage here. And if I'd been right there, it actually could have killed a lot of my troops. It actually killed a lot of those guys, though, who were around that area. So the way they have to retreat, they have to retreat past the tanks, which is a little dangerous. Is he trying to destroy this? Bazooka Joe is trolling the computer. Wonder why he's trying to destroy that. Huh, weird. I'm over here, kind of seeing that his Churchill's exposed here. The darn AT right here. I am kind of moving up, shooting at its side armor here. The gamble is, can I destroy this before the AT can destroy me? And the answer is going to be no at this point. That guy has a massive gun on the Churchill here. Even my own tank flanking around. There's more. There's a Firefly over here. Bet 3 Panzer 4 is gone. I got to pull these guys back. Anyway, I lost both my Panzers. This is a horrible engagement for me. I underestimated these guys with Bet 3 with the anti-tank. This guy's almost dead here. And that's when this guy decided to be replaced by an AI. And that was a squad. You know what that was? Look at me, I'm going to kite him here. Kind of pull him back and make sure he gets his armor hit there. So it's official that pink and purple are both. Look at that, 114 kills for that guy. Are both AIs. It's okay, the game's almost over anyway, but they really kind of let their team down, because, I mean, the Russians are doing pretty good on this side. I mean, they're playing cheap, but not the seriously Blues have anything to say about it, and he's lost multiple headquarters. But look at that Katusha. Anyway, I see an MG here. I might as well be able to take that out before some kind of AT stuff comes at me. He already has. He gave those guys like the anvil. Another MG coming out here, but this time I'm just repairing. I need to get this guy back. I also have a Tiger out, by the way. Anyway, I gotta pull back here, and I got killed by this stupid Bet 2. So yeah, I've lost a lot of my armor. So I was really having great armor preservation in the beginning, but now that I've lost it, I mean, I got outflanked there. Like, what can you really do? And you can see these guys with flamethrower. No kills in Vet 2, Vet 1. Someone explained to me how, okay, that I guess you just take a lot of damage until you gain veterancy. I was gonna make this a reinforcement bunker, a command post. Yeah, I don't know where those guys are going, but they shouldn't be ignoring a Tiger like this. See, Nick finally has some armor here. And those guys got slaughtered, so I got news for you. This Wolverine is not going to do enough damage to stop me. So I was really fighting Orange over here. Orange came over here for a while. Purple had some placement here, and Bazooka Joe, the pink player, also has sent some units over here. Anyway, command post is going to be brought up here. I'm going to start repairing some of my units here. So I guess we're a little careful. We actually had his turret transversal jammed. Means his turret can't move. We're getting ready to smash the middle though, because if we smash this middle, they should be, you know, our ultimate goal is to overwhelm this whole side. I've actually never seen a Valentine here, but that's what the light Valentine tank looks like. And yeah, it's not going to win against this. But they do have a lot of ATs around here, and these are veteran troops, and they also have the Firefly. I have my Panzer 4 over here. I might actually win this fight. I am Vet 2 or Vet 1 after all. My Tiger is moving up. They can do some. They can hurt us, but we're doing much more damage than they're doing to us. So he's gone there. I'm gonna try to help get Nick's guys out. I'm trying to go after this captain pretty much. We're running over all the bushes. The hedgerow right here. And you can see, yeah, they're definitely, they got pretty much destroyed here, this major position. They do have a Vet 3 rocket warper, though, rocket cannon warper. I have to be careful, there's more enemy armor, I'm sure, is inbound. So I'm going to pull back some of my tanks here and get them repaired. Because this guy who took out my darn Panzer, that was a veteran, Panzer 4. And our tanks got a little stuck with Pathfind. The game's not perfect, but I'll let Nick go first, because he's a cool commander with a Ah, yes, he got the Panzer Commander. Now you can see these guys are actually taking a decent amount of damage against these guys here. But they should shred those units. Units are just annoying. Anyway, whatever this was got destroyed. I think that was his damaged Panzer IV. Yep. Yeah, that was his Panzer IV. Now over here we have the King Tiger. Sorry I missed this. This actually did a lot of damage to these guys with the Fallschirmjägers. And he's actually just wiped. He's got 10 kills already. Let's push the Russian player back. This is very good. Crazy Coke was able to overcome his opponent here, it seems like. Now this is a good target, right? For like lighter concentrations of enemies right here. Anyway, I want to push up with my tank here, maybe. Probably not. There's a lot of enemy troops around here. Anyway, I get this temporarily jammed due to enemy firing. Look at the sniper right here. Right in front of my... Yeah, instantly got killed there. They're actually hitting my own tank here. I gotta fall back because there's an armored car and a lot of enemy units here and some of AT. Anyway, I moved up so I could call a concentrated barrage on him, and he's gonna try to retreat. And he actually barely managed to get out there. The Vet 3 squad lives on once again. Anyway, the King Tiger's back needs some to get repaired, basically. But he has taken the field and the victory points. They're now taking down -3 victory points here. They don't have a single one currently. Nick keeps aggressively pushing towards the middle here. And they lost a Stug here. We have a very damaged armor force actually right now. My tank's getting repaired right now, but... And artillery's going down from the British base. And they're pushing hard into the center again. We do have machine guns set up that are going to force them back. Anyway, a lot of Soviet armor is pouring out again. Mostly, however, it's going to be the Su-76s. We haven't seen even a T-34 from them. And that giant explosion with the flames over there was the universal carrier with the flamethrower. It really bursts into flames when it blows up. Is a flamethrower after all. Anyway, I'm getting an awesome one just for fun. I'm dealing with a lot of infantry, so I figured why not just get an infantry only. Anyway, that armored car is getting repaired, and it's going to pop smoke. And he can actually get a hit on my armor through the smoke, but I can't actually see him. And either way, he's going to get destroyed right here. So another veteran tank over here. You can see the kills right now. I do have a total of 97. I do have the light artillery ready to big man this house. I will launch light artillery into there. And look at that shot from that Stug. Very damaging against that guy. Anyway, he's going to hop into the house here. I'm going to call artillery down on it when I see in a second. Artillery is going down on this house. And that should level the house if he doesn't get out. He does get out in time, though. But the goal is to deny the enemy that kind of cover. And collapse that house. So there goes that house destroyed. I'm moving up again on this side. I have grenadiers to help support me against the British infantry. Anyway, the Suicide has been bombarding them. I think what really allowed us to win this game, because they're not going to come back, spoiler alert, was the ability of Crazy Coke 1994 and Lipton. Lipton was very mobile. Lipton was fighting on the left and the bottom of the map, top of the map here. He was able to hold them long enough and eventually be able to for us to win the battle on other fronts here. And that basically, I mean, once Lipton was a great help too to me and Nick, but Lipton, with our assault right here to destroy their emplacements, destroyed the British player. That was, he built everything on it that. And now we have enough armor to be able to defeat these guys. And also poor armor choice by the Russians. I mean, he has the partisans, but at least get some T-34s. I know the Su-76 is powerful, but it is not going to beat. I mean, even a T-34 couldn't beat the King Tiger. But I mean, anyway, my base is just overwhelming. You can see the massive armor force we have here. It's pretty cool, actually. 3 guys armor. Let's take a quick screenshot of that. Just for fun. And they have 1 point remaining. So good game to our opponents, especially the guys who stayed to the end, which would be... It was Bazooka Joe. So the two guys fighting on this side basically stayed to the end. Game to those guys here, the kills and deaths here. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you in the next part, the next episode, and leave some comments down below about this match. Do you guys like this, actually, the Red Ball Express map, now that they're bringing some of these COH1 maps back to COH2 again? See you in the next episode, guys.